So the fastest, most powerful cars here at the Goodwood Revival, the big sports cars for the Whitsun Trophy. They went out, there'd been a little bit of rain, look, water on the ground in the paddock. The last thing they wanted was a wet track, and that is what they were going to be facing. So trepidation in the paddock. 2 GT40s on the front row, a brilliant start from the middle of the front row by Mike Whittaker in the Lola T70 Spider. Looked so he'd done enough to get into the lead, and look at the ball of spray puffed up behind, but Chris Ward pushing very hard on the outside, but up the inside, Nick Padmore, the pole starter, going down and forcing his way into the lead by the time they got through Ford Water. And look how difficult it was behind on the exit of St Mary's. John Bladen went for a spin into McLaren, and just up ahead, the Hamill off as well. Roland Lewis out of the race. He was fine. His car was a little battered. And while that was cleared up, the safety car was brought up. It took a while for them to get the right car in behind. They flagged people past, and eventually the lights went out on that glorious safety car, and it was the job of Nick Padmore to get the restart right. Chris Ward tucked in behind, and Mike Whittaker in the Lola T70 Spider trying to keep up with those 2 Ford GT40s, shot away, and conditions really difficult now. The sun was out, making visibility hard as well, but people didn't get it all right. That's Sean Lynn going off the circuit, but rejoining out of St Mary's. A 98 off the track as well, Roel Goethe in his Lola T70 Spider, the Gulf liveried helmet there. But up from the back of the grid, Mike Jordan started 29th. He was up to 13th by the restart. With another lap, he was up to 7th. And here comes the move from Chris Ward. A bit more grunt than Nick Padmore. Made the pass down the start-finish straight, past the pits, and nailed it by the time they got through Matchwick. But that wasn't without going sideways, both of them sideways, desperately seeking grip. Not everyone got it. And Padmore, he said he went round about 15 times. We reckon it was about 3.5, and somehow the second place driver got it back together, but that gave the race to our race leader Chris Ward. And then a spin for Tony Sinclair, just missing the barriers. Great charge by Stuart Hall in number 7, going past number 3, driven by Christopher Wilson in the battle of the GT40s. Katsu Kubota, not 30 spins in his Lotus 30, and then pressing on to hold down that second place. Nick Padmore getting very sideways. Mike Whittaker doing a fantastic job. Now it looks like full sunshine, but there was still very little grip. But Chris Ward, he seemed to have it all under control. And yet another win for this driver in his JD Classics Ford GT40, eventually beating Padmore by a whisker under 5 seconds. And Whittaker came through to 3rd place. Look at the delight.